Monday Night Raw Hot Takes, and boy howdy, you know who else was hot yesterday? Jey Uso. That dude was fuming. Right-hand man, crash out Jey Uso. He's back, baby. I mean, we got Roman Reigns back, but it was like Jey Uso, kind of the supporting character of this whole drama between Roman and CM Punk, but Jey Uso slowly inserting himself as the main character, maybe, kind of, sort of. We got Salvo Savage says, is Jey the new tribal chief? He called Roman by his real name. So Jey Uso was all over the place yesterday, just not caring about anything other than revenge. In the beginning of the show, he gets himself intentionally disqualified because, you know what? I don't care. That's what he said. I don't care about the tag team titles. He cares about nothing right now except for getting at CM Punk because CM Punk had his family's name in his mouth. And then at one point during the main event segment between the Usos and CM Punk, because Jey Uso came out when CM Punk started, like, kind of taunting him, he literally says, where is Roman? I'm here, where's Roman? So he's kind of calling out Roman for not protecting the family's name. And then when it's all said and done, Roman tells Jimmy to leave. You guys had your match is over, time to leave my ring. And then Jey Uso proceeds to just act on his own accord, attacked CM Punk. That will then eventually lead to Roman defending his cousins, and Roman Superman punches CM Punk. And the Usos are dragged out of the ring. But here's the thing. Roman was said and done. Roman was like, all right, time to leave. But Jey is like, Joe, get in there. Smash him. You know what to do. And that unlocked primal tribal chief Roman Reigns. And Roman went in at that point with the cheers of Jey Uso. Yeah, Jey Uso was super happy about that. But the thing about this is Jey Uso basically controlled the narrative of what was happening from a very hothead standpoint. And Roman, listen, is Jey about to become the tribal chief? Because even the announcers, Corey Graves was like, Jey called the shot. Roman's not gonna like that. I get it. Roman's still kind of sort of a baby face right now, but no matter what, Roman hasn't really changed. He hasn't really changed since his days of the tribal chief. Yeah, he's not hitting his cousins with a steel chair anymore, but he also never apologized for hitting them with a steel chair. And so I could see Roman now not taking too kindly to the announcers pointing out the fact that Jey told Roman what to do, because nobody tells Roman what to do except for the tribal chief or tribal elders, so it's like, is Jey, maybe not right this second, but is Jey about to become the tribal chief of the WWE? And then what happens to Roman? Because let's play this out. Jey Uso right now, he has the tag team titles, and they're going to face the Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory next week. They probably lose. I think they're going to lose, and the Usos, they lose the title, and somehow, some way, this is going to lead to Jey Uso versus LA Knight, at WrestleMania. That's the matchup right there. But then what happens after? What happens after night 2, WrestleMania, right? Roman's fighting for this title, and I could see Jey coming out, and we got a couple scenarios now. The timeline's gonna split. Does Jey Uso, does he just come out and help Roman win? He comes out, helps Roman win, and we run it all back. The tribal chief, Roman, is now your world champion. Jey Uso's back to being his right-hand man. Jimmy falls in line. Heck, even Solo Sikoa being reminded of the bloodline and Roman Reigns and their past history. Maybe Solo's like, you know what? I apologize, Roman. It's a lot harder to run a family than I thought. And Solo rejoins, and we get full bloodline. Sami Zayn could be like, you know what? I need to go back to where I was at my best. where I had backup, where I had family, and Sammy rejoins the bloodline. Literally everything is falling into place right now for a full-blown bloodline at the height of their power reunion. And so Jey could just help Roman win. Or maybe Jey comes out and he accidentally costs Roman the match. And then Roman's super mad and they feud all the way to SummerSlam, where eventually they put the Ula Fala on the line to see who is going to be the tribal chief. Or, third scenario, Jey comes out and he intentionally costs Roman the match at WrestleMania 42, and he says, "You're not fit to be the tribal chief. You did not punch CM Punk in his face when he made fun of your father. And then I'm the one who had to tell you to get back in the ring to defend your family. I'll defend my family, but you had to be told to defend your family? You're not fit anymore, and now I'm the tribal chief." And who knows, maybe Solo then joins Jey Uso. So it's like, there's a lot of possibilities with Crash Out Jey taking the reins last night, no pun intended. And it's like, interesting. Where do you fall? What scenario do you want to see Jey Uso? Or scenario 4, they just forget about the storyline completely and just get Jey back to yeeting. And running it back. Out of those 4 choices, which would you prefer? And by commenting, you get a chance to win this belt on my shoulder. I'm going to give it away at 20,000 subscribers on my quest to quit my day job. And all you got to do is subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, ding, 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 notification with a comment, and you can win said belt right here. That belt right here. It's not a toy, people. It's a replica. All right, next hot take. Michael Alexander says Jey Uso unlocked primal instincts in Roman by saying smash them all. I mean, that's what Roman told Jey. Yep, a couple months back. Smash them all. Don't care about what anybody thinks. It's just about feeding our family. Smash them all. And Jey Uso unlocked that. Whether or not Jey is trying to become the tribal chief, all I know is last night I saw the true tribal chief, Roman Reigns, come back. And it was amazing and awesome. I so much hope that this Roman is back. He could win all the championships. I don't care. Have him win the world title. Have him win the undisputed title. He can win the women's intercontinental title. At this point, I don't care because even as a part-timer, Roman makes everything just interesting. There's a sense of importance to these storylines right here. I'll take part-time Roman and a full-time bloodline backing him up than full-time Vision any day. MFTs, Wyatts, I don't care. It's just Roman. He's like the only part-timer that even when he's not present, he feels like he's still there. It really does feel like the aura of Roman looms over WWE when he's not present. The storylines can continue when Roman's gone. Case in point, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso punching CM Punk like a week or 2 ago. It felt like the storyline was still going, even though Roman wasn't present. Alfonso Passion says they should go all the way with Oba. I'm sorry, but take his aura and make him an even bigger star. I'm sorry, Braun Breaker, but it's all Oba right now. Well, I mean, I agree we need to go all in on Oba Femi, but that doesn't mean we forget everybody else, including Braun Breaker. I mean, if we just went all in on Stone Cold Steve Austin from back in the day, we would have never got The Rock. We can definitely elevate everybody. Oba Femi, yes, 100%, let him beat Brock Lesnar, but at the same time, when Braun Breaker gets back, let's go all in on him as well and let him go on a tear. And then, who knows, maybe next WrestleMania, Braun Breaker versus Oba Femi. That would be amazing. Goat Boogie says, I don't really know why Asuka and Kairi are still a team when Kairi is dragging Asuka down. I don't understand why we don't do more with this. Remember when Kairi cost Asuka her Royal Rumble spot? She accidentally eliminated Asuka. I was so interested to see what would happen the next night on Raw to Kairi as punishment, and then they did nothing with it. Like, every single time Kyrie makes a mistake, we should be having a video where Asuka is punishing her, and that would be a very entertaining 3 or 4 minutes, which would then allow for Kyrie to get super over when she did finally have enough. Tiz Mickey says, for some reason, the image of Becky's daughter singing Light It Up, that's AJ Lee's song, while skipping and swinging her hair has me cracking up. You know what would have been even better? Would have been even better if during the week, because Becky Lynch is all about her social media presence, right? She's always crashing out on Twitter, X, whatever it's called. We should have had like a video, maybe like a video of Becky doing something on social media, and in the background, her daughter skipping. Her daughter skipping, singing Light It Up, and she doesn't notice it, and then the fans point it out, and then Becky crashes out, she deletes the video, but AJ Lee gets a hold of it and puts it up on the Titantron and stuff. Sean Storm says, people are giving too much credit to Brock for star making. Oba is no slouch. Brock Lesnar was a star one way or another without beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. But it sure did help. And so, Oba Femi, yes, would be a star regardless, but this feud, it sure does help. No questions asked, and I do believe that Brock Lesnar is making Oba a bigger star. This is Relic says, I'm way more hyped to see Danhausen do anything in his 2-minute segment than a promo where CM Punk and Roman just call each other old. I mean, just because you're more entertained by Danhausen doesn't mean that Roman and Punk aren't entertaining. It's not like their segment caused Danhausen to not have a segment. So, like, we can just have both. Enjoy that you got that 2-minute Danhausen segment, but then also enjoy the two old guys calling each other old. Jay Levi now says, Brock Lesnar knows how to make a star. Oba looks like he's ragdolling him. I don't think he was ragdolling him tonight, but I do agree. When Brock Lesnar decides to put someone over, he goes all in on it. To just flying out of the ring, to looking scared, and kind of just like, you know, his face turns red. For a big man, Brock does know how to sell really, really well. Mr. Pete says, I like Crash Out Jey Uso, but it's a little over the top. Punk and Reigns don't need the Usos involved this much. If we're reforming the bloodline, then I understand, because the Usos were a huge part of the bloodline, and they were part of every single feud that Roman had. And yes, Jey was over the top, but this is the right kind of over the top for Moa. I didn't like this kind of over the top, but I love Crash Out Jey Uso over the top. Kawash says, I love how they are telling a story from start to finish. The Usos was the connection this show, the thread throughout the show. Yes, I love when there's one big story throughout the entire show. The Bloodline used to do it all the time, and it was so entertaining. I don't understand why we stopped. Jimbo Slice says, I'm sorry, but Punk versus Roman is not hitting like I wanted it to. I don't need to see 40-year-old guys rage bait each other. The history is so rich. They just haven't tapped into it lately. On the bright side, it's made the Usos more interesting. I think they have tapped into their history. In fact, they've had 3 promos that was just all about their history. So, like, I think, I mean, go watch my Easter egg videos on Punk and Roman, and maybe that'll help explain their history a little more. Barry Spongy Go says, the lower card storylines are more interesting than anything in the main event, per usual. Like, what storylines are you talking about? Like, you got to give me a little more, because I don't know. Like, are you saying that the Johnny Gargano being depressed lower mid-card storyline, is that more interesting? Or are you talking about Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar? Let me know. Give me something that I can, like, address. Wrestling Cash says, confused why Seth is still a masked man babyface. Who's he hiding from? That is a little weird. Like, literally, why did he come out as the masked man tonight? And there was like, he just revealed something. It's me. Like, yes, we get it. We know you're the masked man at this point. It's like, what's the purpose of the mask at this point? Streams Once a Week says, at this point, I'm convinced the WWE live crowd is saying one more time for just about anything. Yeah, you are absolutely right. The live crowd just wants to participate. they will literally be chanting CM Punk, we love you. And then one more time into the announce table. The crowd doesn't care. They care more about chanting than they care about the actual wrestlers. And that's why when Triple H or anybody says, oh, well, his live crowd reaction is just great. No, his live crowd chant is just great. Kid Wilkes says, I like Penta as IC champ, but Dom should have won the title back, so Finn versus Dom could be for a championship. Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I guess there is enough story behind Finn and Dom to warrant not having a championship. And, but honestly, they should have had a feud for the Intercontinental title last year. Dashie Negan says they need to book a match for LA Knight at WrestleMania. I'm thinking Jey Uso. I said it earlier, Jey Uso. It sucks for Jimmy, though, because, like, honestly, Jimmy's one of the most interesting parts of this whole bloodline development, and I think he's going to be on the sideline like last year. Jay will get the match, and Jimmy will have to just watch and support. It's OTW says Brock might actually let Oba squash him at Mania. You can tell he likes selling for him and made Oba look like a bona fide star. You know, like, it's a crazy concept to squash Brock Lesnar, but I mean, Goldberg did it at Survivor Series, and that, oh man, I still remember that. I was like, imagine my horror when I was like so giddy. I was like, yes, I'm gonna see Goldberg get dismantled, and then he beat Brock in like a minute and a half. I was heartbroken. I was so mad. But if that happened here, it'd be like the opposite. I would be so happy. My heart would be healed. Killer Wolf says Seth getting arrested makes Seth and Paul's feud more interesting. Yeah, you know, I thought it was good. I thought it was good because, you know, it was like Paul Heyman just gonna come out and take a beating. Like, that's weird. And then he's like, nope, men in my family, we call the cops. That was classic Paul. Vintage Paul Heyman. Carmichael says the squeaky sneakers on the stage floor whenever there's a brawl is irritating. Sounds like a basketball game. Bring back the big metal stages and ramps. I didn't notice it, honestly. I never noticed the squeaky sneakers. Shazam Hazan says, Oba standing tall for 2 weeks in a row got me worried that they're preparing him to job out at Mania. Don't worry about the first 2 weeks of the feud. Worry about the last week of the feud. Million Matthew says, next week Seth Rollins and the Masked Men stop the Vision from winning the tag titles. But suddenly one among them appears and out of nowhere spears Rollins, revealing himself to be Braun Breaker. I could see that, but I'm going to tweak it. Seth and the Masked Men come out because it is a street fight. So maybe they come out to prevent the Vision from winning the titles. But then one of the Masked Men spear Seth Rollins, which then allows the Vision to beat the Usos. And now the Vision is kind of in a strong position again because they won the tag titles and Braun Breaker has returned. And Zach D says it's incredibly disappointing to not have Gunther anywhere on the show, especially after the red hot end of 2025-26. Oh my God, you're right. This is the dude who retired John Cena, AJ Styles, and Goldberg, whatever about Goldberg, but AJ Styles and John Cena, he just retired them, and he's not on the build-up to WrestleMania. He should be a marquee player on this card. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar should be like the pseudo main event of night 1 or night 2, and Gunther and his opponent should be the pseudo main event of the other night. And whether you love or hate Gunther doesn't matter. The guy who retired John Cena should have a program. And you can say, hey, you know, he was supposed to face Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio's retired. Okay, give him someone else. Like, we can pivot. I seem to recall us pivoting from The Rock to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. Like, I'm pretty sure we could pivot from Rey Mysterio to someone else. Gunther doesn't have to retire every single person he steps in the ring with. Like, it's okay for him to just have a feud and a match. It's disrespectful to AJ and John Cena. That is straight up insane to me. I don't care if next week he finds his opponent. He should have been every single week building up to an opponent. Like, I'm sorry. John Cena's final opponent, AJ Styles' final opponent, doesn't have an opponent at Mania. Unacceptable, in my opinion. All right, boys. All right, girls. See ya, bye.